Hi guys, it's me, Danielle Danny Buttons, and I'm starting off rough. I am back with part 2 of my challenge from Guardians of the Enchanted Forest by Forest Diver, published by Julia Rivers. If you joined us last time, we are doing the outline challenge, in which I'm not coloring anything in. I'm just outlining everything. I pulled this out of my challenge chalice, which hopefully you've seen by now. And this is how far we got. I'm using Crayola Super Tips and my Color It glitter gel pens. They're super, super sparkly. So let's continue. I think I'm going to just keep outlining anything left in the same light green, any leaf thing left, and then we'll move on to something else. But I don't remember what we were talking about last time, if I'm honest, because it was actually a while ago. I'm not sure what happened. I forgot to upload it for a few days, so that was strange. But I was just going through my questions, I assume, because they're still on my iPad. So I'm going to continue to do that. Oh, before I get started, I'll just talk about whatever I can think of on my own, including the weather. So I always try not to complain about the weather because it always changes. So everyone around me was complaining that it was too hot, and I knew that if they did that, it would get too cold. So it was warm, especially for October for a while. It was in like the high 70s and low 80s, which for here is hot for October. But now we've skipped the 70s, skipped the 60s, and have been in the low to mid 50s. So obviously with a 20-degree change, one, our bodies didn't have time to get ready, and then also, so everyone's just getting sick. So I'm frustrated, but it is nice to be cool. Then the other thing is that I was being ridiculous, or I had misinformation. Our house has one air conditioner zone, so I control the air conditioner from up here for the whole entire house. But we have 3 heating zones. So we have like the whole downstairs is one heating zone, the upstairs front of the house is one heating zone, and the upstairs back of the house is one heating zone. And I thought that we had to like physically do something to switch from air conditioner to heat. But apparently you don't. You just have to turn it on. And my dad had just said you had to do something because he himself wanted to check just to like eventually put the air conditioner away for winter and like cover it up, whatever. But I tell you this story because I let the house get to 58 degrees by accident, and it was freezing. So that was rough. Because again, I thought that you had to do something. So, but now the heat's on, everything's better. I actually get hives when I get too cold, like it hurts. So I'm not a huge fan of cold in general. I used to always be team cold. Like I would rather be cold than hot because you could always put more stuff on. And in fact, I love sweatshirts. I love blankets and that kind of stuff. But now that I get the hives, I've switched over to team room temperature, except when the room temperature is 58 degrees. So, yes. Let me switch colors and then I'll keep talking. It looks like I missed some of that other color in there. Let's see what we can do. So I just have my super tips in this cup, so I don't really know what color's what. I did, of course my app is going off, label them all and color what they are on the back, just in case they didn't really match up with their lid. It's not as noticeable for this, but especially for like a lot of the light pinks, I feel like they look really similar to each other, but the tips don't. But who knows? Oh, now I missed that too. Ay, ay, ay. I'm going to attempt to finish this whole picture in this one video. I don't think we need a 3-parter for this, but we'll see where we get to and how quickly. My mouth is still recovering, still in a surprising amount of pain, and that's frustrating, but gotta do what you gotta do. So this is like my warning to anyone. Don't avoid the dentist, just do it. So it'll be worse if you avoid them. I think this is accidentally a different shade of green, but I don't think it'll be too noticeable. What else was I gonna say? Oh, I still don't have my engagement ring back, and I'm starting to get really frustrated. I have, if you've seen my older videos, my engagement ring is pear-shaped, and it was actually my mother's ring, and she passed away when I was 12, so it was really special to have it, but I didn't want, like, if you've seen rings at all, sometimes they're really high up, and I didn't want that because I know it'll just get caught on everything and frustrate me, so I didn't want that. I missed another one, guys. So when Sam went and designed the ring, he told them that, and he's like, we don't want it high up. We want it as low as possible because we don't want to get it caught, blah, 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 blah. So they designed my ring, and it has like this cool cage effect around it to keep it secure and low down. So, great. I love my engagement ring. But we went to get a wedding band, and now obviously no wedding band will fit under it because it's got the cage. So, one second, time out for my story. He's actually on the cover, this guy. So I'm going to kind of go off of these colors. So, oop. Hit the tripod. What else is new? Yeah, so now I can't get an engagement ring. Wedding band to fit under the engagement ring. So I was really upset. I picked a ring that I thought I was going to like, and my jeweler was like, we'll fix the engagement ring so that they can stack together. So I was like, cool. So I picked my wedding band. I purchased my wedding band. I took it home, and I was going to wait until after my shower and bring the ring back for them to fix. So did that. Had to give him back my ring. And he's had it for weeks now. And it turns out they cannot change the engagement ring. So he's like, well, you could either return the wedding ring and we'll just make you one that'll fit around the engagement ring, or you can return the engagement ring and we'll reset it. I'm like, no, that's silly to reset it because that's the special one. And also that would have been like a lot of money because that's essentially buying a whole new ring. And instead they're just gonna like Franken-ring something. I don't know. So, point of the story is they had my ring for like 3-4 weeks. And I miss it a lot. But they're almost done. They sent me pictures yesterday of my new ring and how it's gonna look. So I'm excited to finally get it back and be able to wear it again. So instead, I'm just wearing this Pandora ring. And actually, it was funny because I've had this thumb ring on for actually 8 years. Every single day, don't take it off. This one I barely even take off in the shower because it just like fits in my hand so much. I always take the engagement ring off in the shower. But this guy has like just lives on my thumb. So I had put him over here just to have something here because I'm like, I'm engaged. I don't want to not be. But my thumb was sad. And then I was like, wait a second. I own other rings. So I finally put that one there. I was like, duh. So, but I'm still sad and I still want it back. I'm not really sure how I'm going to outline his hair because I've been kind of doing all of the outlining, and if I do all of his hair, that's just coloring in his beard. So I think I'm just going to go along the darker black lines and see how that fares for us. And if I need to do some more, I will do some more. But yeah, so I missed my engagement ring, but it should be back soon. Probably not the next video because I think I'm going to attempt to film 2 at once, but hopefully in 2 videos my ring will be back on my hand where it should be. Because we're getting close, guys. We're at less than 50 days. I think we were at 47 days, and I'm starting to lose my mind. So there's that. I don't think anything else has happened for me to update you on since I last filmed, so let us go back to our questions. What is your favorite drink? I guess sweet tea. I drink water 99% of the time, if not more. I used to like soda a lot, and then one year, for Lent actually, I decided to give up soda. And one thing about me is I'm stubborn. So when people say like, you can't do that, that's what makes me do it. So nobody thought I could give up soda, but I did for the 40 days. And then since then, I really only drink water. I actually gave up every drink but water. So it's been about 10 years and all I drink is water. And I like water. And I don't like flavored water. And I especially don't like carbonated water. No. Just plain old water. I'm not a huge fan of tap anymore. I used to drink a lot of tap, but then I would get sore throats and I blame the tap water. I don't know if that's what was causing it, but I don't drink tap when I can avoid it. So I have a Brita filter here that I drink from, or if I'm out, I usually drink bottled water. I can drink tap if I need to, but I try to avoid it if I don't need to. So, other drinks, like I do love sweet tea, but I don't keep it in the house. So, every once in a while, I'll like, if we're out at a restaurant, I'll get one, or my dad will like go to 7-Eleven and buy himself lottery tickets and bring home sweet tea. So I do drink that sometimes, but mostly just the water. And if you're going like alcoholic beverages, I really am not much of a alcohol drinker either. Also because of spite and stubbornness. When I was 12, my family, like my mom's side of the family, they're all big drinkers, like social drinkers. And they're just all like very outgoing party people. They all drink. And they used to be like, you're going to drink when you're older. And I was like, nope, no, I'm not. And they're like, yeah, of course you are. You'll change your mind. So I did not consume alcohol until my 21st birthday to prove a point. And originally I wasn't even going to drink on my 21st birthday, but I did. I didn't get drunk. I think I've probably only been drunk 2 or 3 times in my whole life, and that was on purpose because I was like, I want to get drunk in my house with people I trust to see what it feels like so I don't accidentally get drunk in public. And there's really no way of me getting accidentally drunk because I don't drink that heavily, but I thought it was a good idea at the time. So I intentionally got drunk to see what it would be like. I don't enjoy it, so not going to be doing that again if I can avoid it. I'm just referencing back what he looks like. Oh, what does he's got like orange. He almost has like a pink shirt on. Can you even see? I hope so. So, yes. Let's try this color. I don't know if this is gonna match, but whatever. We can do what we want here, right? So, yeah, those are the stories of my favorite drinks. Or lack thereof. What is your favorite fairy tale? That's kind of fitting when I'm doing like a forest fairy tale kind of stuff. I am a huge Disney fan. You guys know by now. Literally, if you've seen any other video, I'm sure I've mentioned Disney 100 times. So, my favorite fairy tales are probably all Disney movies, which means probably The Little Mermaid is my number one. I own, but haven't officially finished reading the original version where she like turns into mist and is evil or whatever. But I know about it, and I love me some Little Mermaid. I also love Rapunzel. I enjoy Rumpelstiltskin. That's not a Disney movie yet. Do you know what I feel like nobody talks about anymore? The Princess and the Pea. Where'd that one go? I like that one. So, I like reading the old ones, or at least knowing about them. Sometimes I'm not good at reading classics because they're a little bit dry, but like I enjoyed the original Cinderella. That's much more evil. And the birds peck out the stepsister's eyes. That's a fun one. So, I also love fairy tale retellings. I always want to read more. I feel like a lot of them, though, are geared towards young adults, which isn't bad, but I sometimes feel like young adult books focus more on romance than I like, because I'm not a big romance reader. So if you have any good fairy tale retellings, let me know in the comments, because I'm on the lookout. Also, it seems that most retellings are Peter Pan or Alice in Wonderland. And those are both fine, but how many retellings of Alice in Wonderland does one need? I guess that's everyone's, or a lot of people's favorites, so that's cool. I love stories that claim to give you the origin of something. So, for instance, if you remember all those claymations from Lincoln and Bass, like they do Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but they also did a whole other series. There were Easter ones. There's a whole bunch of Christmas ones. There's, I think, multiple New Year's ones, things like that. I love them because they always, like, throw in stuff. So they'll be like, doo-doo-doo-doo, and that's why the Easter Bunny has eggs. You're like, oh, okay. I love the origin of stuff like that, and when it's obviously not true too. I mean, I do enjoy finding out the origin of things, but I like finding it out in a funny way that they explain it. Like right now I'm reading the book Good Omens, which is by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. They're fantasy writers normally, and I'm actually listening to the audiobook, but it's a book about I guess it's about like the apocalypse is about to happen. So it's an angel and a demon that are like friends. So they just talk a lot, whatever. And the book, they're like, oh, I thought that was one of yours, with meter maids, for instance. They're like, oh, I thought that the meter maids were from your side. And they're like, oh, no, I thought you guys invented meter maids. And it's like, oh, I guess it was humans. And it's just funny. I don't know if I'm explaining it right because I'm distracted by coloring. But it's a good book, and it tells you the origins of stuff, so I enjoy that. I got real distracted in my talking just now. Whew. Also, we are at 19 minutes in. I gotta pick up my pace. What's your favorite food? We're on question 37, by the way, out of 371 on the list that I found. I have to see if we'll ever get through this. Also, I haven't been doing every single question because some of them are just like not appropriate for the internet, and I'm surprised they're on this list because this list is literally called like things to talk about in YouTube videos, and it's like your address and your last name. I'm like, what? Don't tell people to talk about that. So, what is your favorite food? I have to say, my favorite food is probably like baked ziti, or recently, more specifically, baked penne vodka with mozzarella on top. So it's basically baked ziti, but instead of marinara, it's penne vodka sauce. And I've been addicted since I've been going through my dental stuff because I can't really eat hard food right now. So, pasta all day, every day, yes. It's rough. But I love a lot of Italian food, or at least Italian-American food, where it's not the same, but we all say it's Italian. So, yeah, when I went to Italy, we went after high school graduation, and we went with school. There was like a teacher invites students every year, and he invites like 20, 30 students. I don't remember how many of us there were, but we all got pizza the first day because we're like, we're in Italy, we're gonna get pizza. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. And of course, it's incredibly different than American pizza. And we're all like, oh, okay. But it was still exciting because we were, one, in Italy, and two, still eating pizza. But it's very different over there. So I'm sure that's the same with like Chinese food, Japanese food here too. So but I love me some cheese. It's pretty early for me. It's 9:17 right now, but obviously I've been filming for 20 minutes and up for a little bit before that. So also just realized you can hear more lawnmowers, so I hope that's not bothering you. I basically like zone it out at this point. It's just part of my life that we hear it every day. So, yes, I love baked ziti though. That's my final answer for my favorite food. If I was stuck eating a food forever, that's what I would eat, though I don't know if that's all I could eat. I don't know if my forever would be very long because, whew, that's not the healthiest meal that there is. What's your favorite holiday destination? Let's see if you guys can guess. It is Disney World. I just love it. I don't know. Sometimes when I told people I was going to Disney for my honeymoon, a lot of people were like disappointed in me. And they're like, you're wasting your honeymoon going to Disney World? Which, first of all, don't you judge me. Poof. But also, I don't think it's a waste. Disney's expensive. Like, you can swing other trips, in my mind. Yeah, you can swing other stuff, but it's hard to swing Disney. So I felt like going all out at Disney was a pretty good honeymoon. So we're not even going that far out. Like, we're staying at the lowest level of hotel, which I'm not complaining about. I've never stayed on Disney property, so. But it's not like we're staying at those hotels that are like thousands of dollars a night. No. And I haven't been in 5 years. So, like, I feel like that's reasonable. If I was going every single year and then also was going for the honeymoon, then maybe that would have been sillier. But I don't think this is silly. Fight me on it. No. But I also love cruises a lot. My second favorite vacation is cruising. I love it because they do a lot of the work for you. So you just get on the boat and go. Like, you don't really have to worry about how you're getting to different places or what activities you're doing. Every morning you wake up, you got a list, and you just do what you want. So I love that. And with cruising, I've actually been very lucky to go on a bunch of cruises at this point in the recent years. Cruising can also be a surprisingly cheap vacation. It may not seem like it because you have to pay like at once for everything, but that's it. Like, you pay your price, and that's for, your room, and that's for all of your food. And there's so much food, and that's for like a whole bunch of your activities. There is some nickel and diming if you choose to do it, but I just don't choose to do it. Is that the same color? I think so. Just the stick. Let's see. So I love cruising. At this point, though, I've only been on Carnival cruises, which I've heard are also the cheapest pretty much overall. But two things. One, I have never really had a bad experience due to Carnival. Like, we had some weather issues, but obviously that's not Carnival's fault. And two, I don't know any better. So, like, if I went and did a Royal Caribbean and then came back to Carnival, I'm sure I'd be like, oh no, Carnival sucks. But since I've only done Carnival's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? So, for now, I'm going to keep doing Carnival when I got the chance to go on more. I know that my dad's kind of addicted to them too. My dad had not been on vacation in over 20 years because, like, growing up, when it was just the two of us, he would just send me on vacation. Like, he'd send me with other family or friends, whatever, and he wouldn't necessarily be able to afford going on his own. So now he can go on vacations too, and I think I've made him addicted to cruising, but I don't mind because I want to go on more. So we went on our first cruise and first family vacation in over 20 years, and we went back in 2016, and then we've already gone on a second cruise in 2017. I got engaged on a cruise this year. I think I've been on 6 cruises in 6 years. So 1 year we went on 2 in 1 calendar year. So that's pretty cool. And hopefully we'll go on another one pretty soon. But again, I think cruises seem intimidating and like they're a whole bunch of money. And obviously, like, they're cheap for vacation. They're not necessarily cheap overall, but we find them easy enough to save up for. I'm always saving for vacation. I just love cruises, guys. So, but of the 6 cruises, 4 of them went to Freeport, Bahamas. So I'm hoping to go to somewhere new, but we'll see about that. Is there any more of this color? There's armbands. Basically, that's the only hard part with Carnival, is that, especially from anywhere up north, they really only go to the Bahamas because of time constraints. So if we were willing to, like, fly down to Florida to start, we could go to more places, but flying obviously is a big cost, and then driving takes a whole long time. So we'll see what happens. I really want to cruise to Cuba because I think that would be fun and different to do. So we will see about that. Is this the color I used? Who knows? So that's my traveling opinions. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? I'm pretty boring. I like vanilla a lot. I like mint chocolate chip. Usually, I've had a lot of problems with mint chocolate chip. And you're probably like, what problems can you have with ice cream? Oh, I can have problems with just about anything, thank you. But my ice cream problems, I've gotten mint chocolate chip ice cream that literally has toothpaste in it. Or at least it's the consistency of toothpaste. It looks like toothpaste, and obviously it's mint, so it tastes like toothpaste. I don't understand. They do it at Dairy Queen. They put mint syrup, like, in their blizzards. If they ever have mint blizzards, it has mint syrup in it. It's disgusting to, like, get a glob of mint toothpaste syrup in your ice cream. So I have recently kind of been avoiding mint. Sometimes mint is too strong for me. Like, I don't know. So, but in general, I would say that those are my favorites. I like cookies and cream a lot, and cookie dough a good amount. So, there's those two. Yes. What is your favorite music genre? I always say that I like anything I can sing. So once I know this is the rough, I'm annoying in this way. Sam always gets mad at me. But the first time I hear a song, I'm almost definitely not going to like it. Very rarely do I like a song on the first listen because I don't know the words. So I'm like, I don't like this. I don't know what it is. I don't want to hear it. But then by the second time I hear it, I can pick up on the words and it's familiar to me. So I'm like, oh, I do like this. Wow, great. And Sam will be like, you just said you hated this song last time. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I bop along. So really, I like pop most. But especially the older the music gets, the more I like it in general because I'll know the words. So I don't know if that's silly. But I'm usually pretty good at remembering lyrics. Sam never remembers any lyrics. I'm like, what? How do you exist? Even some of his favorite songs, he has no idea what the lyrics are. And I'm like, sheesh, you're silly, Samuel. But I love singing. Even if we go to back in school, we would go to formal or whatever, or go to weddings. I don't really dance. I just stand on the dance floor and sing. So hopefully our wedding will have good singing music. Okay. What is your favorite physical activity? What? I don't know if I have a favorite physical activity. I'm not in the best shape. I mean, I don't know if you can tell from just my hands, but I guess walking. I don't know. I love to be competitive. So if I get started on something, I want to win it kind of thing. So there's that. But hold on one more second. What are all these? More of that yellow. I put the yellow away. I like walking. I'm not quick, even in anything. I'm a super slow walker and activity doer. Colorist, obviously. No. So, walking is fun when you can just, look. You know what I mean? So I used to, with my friend in high school, we used to go on walks around the neighborhood, and we would, discuss our thoughts on everyone's houses. So we'd be like, ooh, I really enjoy the green shutters with the blue siding. And I'd be like, ooh, their lawn is so nice with that landscaping. Or I'd be like, oh no, I hate that color of barn red or whatever. Whatever it may be, that's how we used to walk around, and it was a lot of fun. So I suppose my favorite physical activity is walking. Next question is, what's your favorite quote? This one is a hard one too, kind of. I don't know. I'm not big on quotes. I'm not the kind of girl that needs to hear, nevertheless she persisted. That really doesn't mean anything to me. I've recently been getting more into quotes than I used to be, but still, So really the only quote I like and have always liked is a pretty long one, but I will tell you now, and it is, life is like a camera. I don't know if you've heard this before. It was, now I'm not going to be able to remember it because it's long. I was like, oh, I'll just look it up on my phone, and I went to pick up my phone, but it's just the case because the phone is filming us. But it's life is like a camera. I don't even, now it's on my wall, and I feel embarrassed that I can't remember. But it's ooh, develop from the negatives. Man, this is rough. Something like that. It's a whole long camera quote. I can't. Hold on. I'm going to look it up because I can't not think about it. Life is like a camera quote. Life is like a camera. Focus on what's important. Capture the good times. Develop from the negatives. And if it doesn't work out, take another shot. There you go. That's my favorite quote. I just like photography a lot, and I enjoy the sentiment of take another shot. I think everything happens for a reason. So that just makes sense to me. We might be done. I might have looked down and then we're done. Let me see his pants. Purple. What? All right, he supposedly has purple pants on. Let's give him some purple pants. This might be silly, but all right. All right. I'll give him these purple things too. But yeah, I don't take too much stock in quotes. Again, I've been trying to recently just as like a way to deal with anxiety, just to like find quotes that mean something. But it hasn't worked out too hard so far. I'm looking into it. So maybe later it will get back to me and I'll have more quotes for you. I don't know if there's anything left to do. It's kind of hard to tell what's done when it's just outlines. But I think this is pretty much it. Do we have time for one more question? No, because I'm done. And the next one I'll probably end up yapping about for a bit. So, oh, let me do. See, there is tiny details that aren't done, but again, I'm like, I think with the minimalistic minimalistic approach, I don't need to do every single little detail because it'll just clutter it up. So I think this is it. Cool. And I did it in a good amount of time. So here's my picture. What do you think? I kind of really like it. Do you think you'll do this challenge? I think, again, I like it a lot for this book because almost every page in this book has a whole background of leaves. And it would be so time consuming to do every single one of these leaves, especially if I was trying to shade in anyway. And it's just would take so much product. I think about that a lot too, just how much product things take. Like if I was doing 100 leaves in green, my little green pencil would make me sad. So I really like this. And I think you get the point. You see the whole picture without me having to color every single detail in. And I think I'm going to do this again sometime. I don't know how soon because it's going back in the bucket. So we'll see when I next pull it out. But I really like it. So let me know if you like the style, if you're going to try it out, if you like this video, if you're subscribed to me. No, you don't have to let me know that. Maybe you could. I don't know. So if you want these magical glitter pens, I hope you can see the sparkle. I love them. I might have to do another challenge with just those. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back soon with another video. Keep a lookout. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.